We all know what it's like. We've got a busy schedule and we need to make sure that our fish get the diet that we want to give them and the diet that they need on a regular basis without being too much of a burden to us in our daily life, and to make sure that we've got time to give them the food and keep up to date with what they need. This video is going to talk to you about how I manage to keep to that schedule, how I prepare for that schedule, and what mix of food that I put together to make sure I meet the dietary requirements for the majority of fish that I keep. Oh yeah, I also need a name for this guy. Being a bit shy at the moment, Karen in the corner, normally out and about. He has been very interactive with me. Help me out with that name, comment in the section below. For me, this is what I found to be the most efficient and cheapest way to do it for my schedule and for my daily routine. I haven't gone to my local fishmongers, I haven't gone to the local market and got fish from there. They may be cheaper options. That's just something that I cannot regularly fit into my schedule at this moment in time, and it's something that I will look into in the future. For me, I found a brilliant fishmongers online that deliver direct to your door on a day that suits you. The fishmongers is based in London. I'm not, so I can't go and collect it myself. I do have to get it delivered, which obviously adds to the cost of the food. It's about somewhere between £7 or £8. But for me, it's worthwhile to get that food delivered straight to my door in packaging that I know that if I can't deal with straight away, it'll remain frozen for the day. It comes in a poly box and it comes well wrapped and very secure. The company known is Bradley's, and the website is frozenfishdirect.co.uk. I will put that in the description below, so if you want to check it out yourself and price something up for your fish needs, your fish food, brilliant, go ahead. So what goes into my regular fish routine? Mussels, uncooked, unveined king prawns. You probably can get more for your money if you get them complete, but for me, again, it's about that schedule. It's a busy time and I need a time saver. I don't fancy having to deshell these prawns, I don't fancy having to devein these prawns. I just want to get them in, defrosted and chopped up. And I also add in some tilapia fillets as well. At this moment in time, I'm not adding any additives, I'm not adding any like spirulina or anything like that. That is purely my mix for the fish that I keep, and it seems to meet their dietary requirements. I do also use whitebait, however, I don't use this in with this food mix, in with this DIY food mix. I do that on a separate basis. I will defrost those fish and feed 2, maybe 3 times a week the whitebait. But again, that's to meet my schedule, to mix it up for them so they're not used to the same fish, same food every time. I don't use this food for all my tanks, just the majority of my tanks. I do still dry feed some tanks, I still do some frozen cubes food, but I'll do more on that in another video. So first off, let's get the food into the bucket ready for defrosting. Two bags of mussels, tilapia fillets, and a bag of prawns. There's a lot of food here. I'm doing this for, well, it's a bit of an experiment really, if I'm honest with you. I imagine that this will last me 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, but I'm hoping towards a month, a full month. It's not the full order of food that I ordered, but I'm going to do half of it at this stage and see where it gets me. See how long it lasts. Okay, now let's get this filled up with some tank water to help defrost it. I would like to take this opportunity to say, you know, let me know what food you like to feed your fish, where you source it from. If you know of a cheaper option or any ideas, please comment in the section below and contribute to the information really. Also, please like, share, subscribe this video, and I'll be back in a second to show you what I do with it once it's defrosted. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is all fully defrosted now. You've got the tilapia fillets here, and down below you've got the prawns, the king prawns. Tails are off, deveined, deshelled, defrosted now, and you've got the mussels as well. Okay, so we're ready to get chopping. Let's do it. Okay, so with the tilapia fillets, all I do, slice down the middle, make sure your knife is sharp, and just run your knife down the side like that, and then across, so you get nice size cubes. Move that out the way and do the other half. Obviously the idea here is to get pieces of food that are appropriate for the size of your fish's mouth, and probably the size of your smallest fish's mouth really, because you need different sizes for different fish in a way. As long as it's small enough to get into the smaller fish's mouth, then obviously all the fish will be able to eat it. I'll just put this in the bucket for now over here, and I'll grab a few prawns. Okay, with the prawns, sometimes I just move it round again, just little slices like so. Other times what I'll do is I'll half it, do the tail end because that's normally a little bit thinner, and then the body I'll slice in half like so. All I did then was chop there, and then little chunks again. Okay, and finally mussels. Okay, the mussels I generally get in little groups, put them in a line and just slice them. Now some of my fish will be able to take the mussels whole, however not all of them can, and some mussels are bigger than others, so I do just like to slice them up like so. Obviously the food that I prepare is for the fish that I keep, and the majority of fish that I keep have a predatory nature. For example, your peacock bass, your arowanas, your stingrays, your bices. However, I also, as you know, I keep geophagus, I keep severums, I keep a variety of catfish, I keep dollars, I keep a variety of fish, and this mix of food that I'm preparing will be taken by most, if not all, of these fish. And that is why I enjoy making this fish so much, because it's so easy and I can just go around my tanks and provide the same food. It makes it quick, it makes it efficient, all goes in together, and everyone gets fed and everyone has a variety. Okay guys, I'm going to finish chopping up the rest here, then I'll come back and show you what I do with it once it's all chopped up. See you in a second. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's all chopped up now. The mussels, the prawns, the tilapia, it's all in here. I'm just giving it a bit of a stir just to make it a nice mix. So when I get a spoonful out, I get a little bit of everything. Okay, what I don't want is to make sure that it's not mixed up, because otherwise it won't be that varied diet that I think it is. And as I say, give this 3 or 4 times a week. I'll give whitebait 2 to 3 times a week, and that's generally my diet for most of my fish. Okay, it's all mixed up, it's all stirred. I'm quite happy with that now, all chopped up. I've got loads here. I've not really worked with this quantity before, but the principle is the same. What I get now is I get some of these bags. Each one of these bags generally hold about 3 spoonfuls. One bag will feed my tanks for 1 day, and it'll generally take most of this. Not every day, but most days. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling them up. So as I say, 3 spoonfuls generally. And just flatten it out, just so it's getting into the corners. Make a nice slab. And that's how I make my slab. My DIY prawn, tilapia and mussel mix. Let's do another one. Bit of air in there, so just open it up a little bit just to get rid of that air. Okay, and happy days, another slab done. Once I've got all these filled up, what I'll be doing with them is I'll be putting them in the freezer, and then when it becomes time to use them, I'll get them out of the freezer, defrost them in some water, and then just feed them to the fish across my tanks. I will be doing a future video on my actual feeding schedule and showing you how I feed my fish and the different tanks and the different foods that I feed to the different tanks. So if you're interested in keeping up to date with that and seeing how I do that, then please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that video when it comes out. Okay guys, thank you for watching. This was my how to do your own DIY aquarium food for predator fish. It's been a pleasure showing you how I do my own DIY fish food. See you again soon.